Have you ever thought about air? Probably not much, I'd guess. It is just sort of there, all around us, all the time. We breathe it in, we breathe it out, we hardly notice it. But this air, this atmosphere, is quite something. It is, in fact, a lifesaver, a big, invisible hug for our planet, an amazing, essential thing, really. This blanket of gas does so much for us. It is like a giant invisible shield. It keeps out nasty things from space, and it holds in the good things, like warmth and, well, air itself. Without it, Earth would be a very different place, likely a very dead place too. So it is rather important, you see, more important than we usually give it credit for. A lot more, if we are honest. The atmosphere is a busy place. It gives us clouds and rain. It gives us blue skies, and those lovely sunsets too. It protects us from the sun's harshest rays. It even burns up space rocks. Little ones mostly, thankfully. It is a complex and wonderful system, working tirelessly, day and night, always there, doing its job. So, let's take a little journey. Let's explore this invisible shield, this thing we call the atmosphere. What is it made of? How does it work its magic? Why is Earth's atmosphere so special? It's a story worth knowing, I think, because, well, it's the story of why we are here, and that's a pretty big deal, a very big deal indeed. So what is this air actually made of? It is not just one thing, you know. It is a mixture of different gases, a sort of atmospheric soup, if you like. The main ingredient, surprisingly, is nitrogen. Yes, nitrogen. It makes up about 78%. That is a lot of nitrogen. Most people think oxygen is the big one, but no, nitrogen takes the prize. It just sort of hangs out, mostly. Then comes oxygen, the famous one. Oxygen makes up about 21% of our air. This is the bit we really need. For breathing, you understand, it keeps us and most animals alive. Plants make it, which is clever of them, so while it's not the most, it's vital, absolutely crucial for life as we know it. A pretty important 21%. Thank goodness for that. What about the last 1%? Well, that is a mix of other things. There is a little bit of argon in there. It is another one of those quiet gases. And then there is carbon dioxide, or CO2. There is not much of it, but it is powerful. It helps trap heat like a greenhouse. Water vapor is in there too, of course. That gives us clouds and humidity. A tiny amount, but with big effects. This particular mix is just right for Earth. It is a delicate balance, really. Too much of one thing, not enough of another. And things could get very uncomfortable, or even impossible for life. Our atmosphere is a bit like Goldilocks porridge. Not too thick, not too thin. Just right for keeping things ticking along. A special recipe for a special planet. It's quite a marvel, this air of ours. Our atmosphere is not just one big blob. Oh no, it is much more organized than that. It has layers like a giant onion or perhaps a very tall cake. Each layer has its own special features, its own personality, you could say. The lowest layer is called the troposphere. This is where we live down here. It is where all the weather happens. Clouds, rain, wind, the whole show. Above the troposphere, things change. Next up is the stratosphere. It is a bit calmer up there. Not so much weather drama. The really important thing here is ozone. There's a layer of ozone gas. This ozone is fantastic stuff. It blocks most of the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. Like a planetary sunscreen, really. Some very high-flying planes go here. Keep going up and you reach the mesosphere. Now this layer is very, very cold. Colder than anywhere else on Earth. It is also where meteors burn up. Those shooting stars you sometimes see, that is them, blazing through the mesosphere, putting on a bit of a light show for us. So it is cold but also quite dramatic, a chilly, fiery place, high above, protecting us from space debris. Higher still, we find the thermosphere. The air here is incredibly thin now, almost like being in space itself, but it can get surprisingly hot. The sun's energy heats it up a lot. The International Space Station orbits here, and many other satellites too. Finally, there is the exosphere. This is the very edge of our atmosphere. It gently fades into the blackness of space. So why is this atmosphere so vital? Well, first we need it to breathe. That oxygen part is rather essential. No air, no breathing, no us. Simple, but it is more than just breathing. The atmosphere provides pressure. This pressure is important for water. It allows water to stay liquid on the surface, and liquid water is key for life, as far as we know anyway. The atmosphere is also Earth's thermostat. It helps regulate our planet's temperature. Those greenhouse gases, like CO2, they trap some of the sun's heat. This keeps Earth warm enough for life. Without this natural greenhouse effect, Earth would be frozen, a very chilly, icy ball, so it keeps us from freezing, thankfully, and also from cooking mostly. It's a delicate balancing act. And then there's the protection. Our atmosphere is a fantastic shield. It stops most meteors from hitting us. They burn up harmlessly, high above. It also blocks dangerous solar radiation, things like X-rays and more UV light, stuff that would be very bad for living things. So it is constantly defending our planet, a silent, invisible guardian angel, working hard 24/7 for all of us. Now, not all planets are so lucky. Mars has a very thin atmosphere. It is cold and cannot hold much heat. Venus, on the other hand, is a nightmare. Its atmosphere is super thick and hot enough to melt lead. Yikes. Jupiter and Saturn are gas giants. Their atmospheres are huge and stormy, totally different from our airy blanket. Earth's atmosphere is truly special. It is just right. It makes our planet a haven for life. And that, my friends, is why it matters so much. Today is 2025, May 26th, and it's still doing its job.